Houston, one of the most charitable cities in the United States, to remain free to share and give food amongst the citizens of Houston. That's right. We have a list of speakers here, and the first speaker is Mr. Nick Flynn, who is a University of Houston teacher, a homeless advocate, and author of the book that inspired the film Being Flynn in theaters now and starring Robert De Niro as his homeless father.
I'm here as I'm a professor at the University of Houston. I've been a resident of Houston for many years, and I was really amazed and bewildered to hear about this ban, this proposed ban on the feeding of the homeless. The film that was just being spoken of documents the years my father spent homeless, and without programs like this, like what people are doing, this natural act of human kindness that people are doing here that we're trying to maintain in Houston, my father wouldn't have survived his years on the streets. And this is a basic human rights issue, a basic fairness issue, and it's also, I recognize that the City Council is trying to do something for a very difficult situation. A lot of Americans are hurting right now. A lot of people are in trouble. A lot of people are struggling. This is not the way to go about helping them. This is not the way to go about aiding these people. There's many very good programs that you can support that the legislation should go toward in advocating and passing legislation to help people get into housing. These are much more useful times of our use of our time as citizens, as Houstonians.
Thank you very much. Could you talk just for another second about how many years, just for a second, just for a picture.
We wanted to reserve questions for that after all the speakers are done.
Just need him just talking just for a second, just for a picture, for 30 seconds. Just explain about, just tell us 30 seconds about your dad.
Okay, my father was homeless for 6 years in Boston in the 1980s, and he lived in the streets, lived in shelters, and he ate in soup kitchens and ate through the generosity of people that fed him on the streets. I was working with the homeless at that point, and through programs which we began back then, we got him into housing. We got him into long-term, permanent, supported housing, which he stayed in for the next 17 years of his life. And it was a very successful program. These are models that work. This is not a model that works.
Can I get your name?
My name is Nick Flynn. I'm a professor at the University of Houston.
Can you spell it for me, Nick?
Nickflynn.
Thank you very much. Our next speaker is Mackenzie Maupin, St. Thomas University student and member of Food Not Bombs, a group whose feeding of individuals will be criminalized by the proposed amendment.
Hi, I'm Mackenzie. Like I said, I'm at the University of St. Thomas. I'm a psychology student, and I work with Food Not Bombs. I attend Campus Church, and I'm a voter. The amendment that is proposed would negatively affect the group I work with. We share free food with whoever wants it in public. So, as you can see behind me, there's tons and tons of people here. We've been working together, tons of different groups across Houston working together to get out against this amendment. We have members from the Tea Party, members from the Green Party, we have conservatives, liberals, any walk of life we're here, religious leaders, we're all unified against this. The message we want to send to the council is that we won't stand for this amendment, and neither will the people of Houston.
Thank you.
Our next speaker is Noah Rattler, a concerned citizen who walked from Houston to Los Angeles to raise awareness of the plight of the homeless.
All right.
Not going to take a lot of time. I just want to say that we as the city of Houston and as a society of human beings have a responsibility to take care of several needs of our group. Clean water, food, shelter, employment, and access to health care. And the city of Houston does a good job at a lot of these things, but the ordinance in question today will go a long way towards diminishing our capacity to feed everyone who needs that food, especially those in our homeless population. We have several organizations in the city that do a good job at serving the homeless, but there have been recent budget cuts that have cut their capacity, and outside of that, they never had the capacity to serve everyone involved. So organizations like Food Not Bomb, like Andreas Hope and several others, as well as other groups of individuals and individuals themselves that take it upon themselves to cook food that they would serve themselves and come out and share a meal with someone who lives on the streets. These people will be adversely affected by this ordinance, and that will cut our ability as a city to take care of our neighbors. And when we cut our ability, voluntarily cut our ability to take care of our neighbors, that diminishes our ability to become one of the best local community societies, that the good one that we can be. So I hope that this is taken as an opportunity to continue a discussion between the public servants, those that we appoint to come take care of our public spaces and resources, and the rest of the stakeholders that have not been traditionally in the discussion on how we respond to homelessness, how we respond to hunger, and how we go forward together, hand in hand, supporting one another, and making a better society for all of us, and help diminish the suffering.
All right.
Our next speaker is Charles X. White with Charity Productions and producer of the Community Partnership Exchange Breakfast in Southeast and Northeast Houston. Oh, yes. All right, next we have Joshua Bullard. Joshua Bullard here.
Joshua Fuller.
Here we go. All ready? Yes, go ahead.
I think that this is a situation where the mayor has underestimated the level of compassion of the citizens of Houston. This is an outrage.
Yeah.
The mayor needs to stop doing this. Someone needs to go inside the building and tell the mayor, no. No, mayor, no!
No!
That's all I have.
Our next speaker is Clyde Bryan, President, the Executive Council, Board of Directors, Houston West Chamber of Commerce, past Chair of Governmental Affairs Committee for the Houston West Chamber of Commerce, and Delegate, Memorial Super Neighborhood.
Yay! All right. Good resume.
Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for coming. I just wanted to make a brief point. I'm a member of a large church on the west side of Houston, and we feed several hundred people a week through our Supermobile program. We do that without the help of the city, without the coordination of the city. We do it with our money. We do it safely. We've never had any problems with the food or contamination. Also, during Hurricane Katrina, we fed hundreds of people for weeks and weeks at our church. We provided clothing, we provided shelter, we helped the people find jobs and housing. We did that too without the help of the mayor or the city. In fact, Mayor White came to our church after that program was over, after Katrina, and after we fed all those people, and presented us with a proclamation. This administration has a different view of it. They want to minimize our efforts. They want to get in our way. We need to stand up to this. Thank you very much.
There's no hunger problem in the city of Houston, and there's enough food in Houston to feed all the hungry.
As I said, we feed several hundred people a week that are in need. We don't waste the food. Our members support this program. We also make up bags for the homeless, and we put canned meat, we put crackers, we put juice, we put socks. We distribute that to the homeless around the city. We do it without the city's help, without the city's money, without their supervision. Thank you.
Thank you.
Clyde Bryan. Clyde Bryan. Last name? Yeah. CLYDEBRY. And you're with the Executive Council of Houston. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Next we have Hosea Roosevelt Scurry. Is Hosea Roosevelt Scurry here today?
Josiah?
Oh, no too many mountains.
Come on, Anthony. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Come on now.
Right answer. I'll probably lie.
Next we have Anthony Humphrey, a individual
individual who benefits from the caring and the sharing of food here in Houston.
Well, first of all, I don't think you would call myself like an activist per se, but I speak on behalf of a lot of people who are helped immensely by the compassion and the care of a lot of volunteers around the city of Houston. And it's very bothersome to me that we have to revisit this issue again after visiting it the last time and emphatically telling the city council and the mayor, no, we don't want these regulations. We're doing fine without you. This doesn't cost anything for the city. And the fact that we're here again having to fight for this again is just, it's just maddening to me. What I would like to say to the council and to the mayor is, if you pass this thing, you're bringing on a whole lot more trouble than you think. You think you're doing yourselves a favor. You're not doing yourselves a favor. Believe me, keep things as they are. It's been working for decades. There's no need to fix it.
All right.
Thank you very much. That concludes the press conference out here. Now, at 2 o'clock, there'll be a whole bunch of speakers who will be speaking in the city council meeting. But if you have any questions for the speakers, at this time you may.
I have a question for you, though, sir.
Oh, sir, yeah.
You've been a long advocate for communists and people who can't read. What do you say to the mayor? She says she wants to trial these charitable organizations, trash pickup, and police security.
Well, most of the organizations that I've seen are policing themselves. This issue about stopping charitable giving and feeding through ordinances like that, for the concept that they're littering, and many people litter. You go outside of the stores and grocery stores, you see plenty of litter. Are we regulating grocery stores? No. We're regulating the behavior of individuals, the Good Samaritans, and the answer is we don't need it. It's been working for decades.
So pick up your trash. You got trash bags.
Right there, see?
Trash bags.
That's a wrap. Yeah. God bless America.